think Jarvan is already dead. So now it's 3 on 3, but nobody has has the ability to go in in turret range. And there we go. Getting a few more kills. So that's 3 versus 1. Still think that the Jarvan ultimate was a little premature. They should have waited a little bit until his team was actually all in the same place, so that they could actually take out whoever they want. Again, wrong place for the ultimate. The ultimate needs to be here, because now you're wasting the front part of your ultimate. You want her to be able to move forward and not to be able to move backwards. So giving the red buff to the pirate, excellent choice. Pirate can use it to great effect because it triggers on his Q and on his auto attack, and it means he gets a slow, and he probably has some attack speed items. Let me see. No, just attack damage. Well, 1 attack speed, but doesn't really count because he's building Trinity Force. Again, overcommitting a little bit, since you don't know where the enemy is. You really need to try to avoid that. And again, the same guy dies. So that's where the CC was coming in. The enemy team CC, that is. Oh, very nice, very nice. But now they need to run out of there. They aren't going to kill anyone. Maybe this Garen, if he keeps overcommitting. That was a nice ultimate. Because it started when Garen was here, or yeah, it's Garen. Was right in the front of the ultimate, and he had to run through the whole thing to actually get out. And the shortest way out was the way you hope he will run, which is in your direction in this case. So the enemy team being very tanky, we see that coming into play a little bit. But, well, the green team being tanky, we saw that coming into play very early game already, because they could just commit to the team fights, or to the fights I would say, because as I said, we haven't really seen a 5v5 team fight yet. And it seems that they've been avoiding that, because, well, why would you commit to a team fight when you can just pick off someone like this guy? There's no reason to go in a full-on team fight against very tanky characters when you can just kill the carries. And farming up once more. I know it's very boring to watch, but it is actually a really good tactic. So he is about 60 minions ahead of the best one on the enemy team, which is excellent. Which is exactly the way I would hope all my viewers to play by now. And we see that in the items he buys. I mean, you might not agree with his items, but at least he does have them. He can afford whatever he wants to buy, even though he only has 2 kills. So are we going to do something interesting like Dragon or Baron, or are we just going to pick off another one? We're going to push mid maybe. Get this guy who just ulted on the raids, it seems. Oh wow, that was excellent. An ultimate right in the range of Gangplank's ultimate. So that was an excellent position for both of them. And then Jarvan came on top of that with his ultimate, and yeah, that was 3 I think for 0. Yep. And as you can see, it's again Cassiopeia and Fiddlesticks and Pantheon in this case, but Pantheon, he's tanky enough to survive those kind of engagement normally. But yeah, if you have damage dealers, you really need to protect them. Because now, yeah, nobody's going to do the damage. This guy, yeah, he has some AP, 174, but it's not enough to kill the whole enemy team. Not if you compare it to this guy who has 232 damage from just his auto attacks. And that's, yeah, if you compare those two, then you see why you need tanks on your team and why you need to protect your damage dealers. And this wasn't really a good engagement, obviously. 2v5. And please don't run in there, Amumu. Amumu just going back to what he's good at, which is farming. Oh, Rice says it was stupid. Yeah, it kinda was. And Amumu indeed should stay alive as long as possible because he's the only one on his team that's left, so he needs to back off. Just damage the opponents and try to stay alive as long as he can while protecting the turret, but he needs to run back now because he's going to die otherwise. Yeah. We could see that coming because the turret was dying, and with the turret dying he was going to die. And it's better to let your turret die and survive than to die and, well, just let your turret die with you. Go after him! Come on! You can do it! No, you cannot. And there's what the citrus does. It's so excellent. That's what makes Gangplank completely overpowered. It's a very little thing, but it means that you have to use 2 crowd control effects on him, so 2 stuns or whatever, to actually get him to stop moving, stop chasing you or do whatever. And that's almost impossible. Plus it has a healing factor which is isn't really huge, but it does provide a lot of healing over time. So over the whole game it's a lot of hit points. So Amumu shopping for a Guardian Angel, which provides the extra armor and magic resist. He already had the Age of the Legion, which also provides armor and magic resist. And there you see that the ultimate of what's her face isn't Cassiopeia. I really hate that name for some reason. You see that the ultimate isn't really reliable because just slowing down some melee character in melee range doesn't help at all. You really need that to be a stun, and then you might have a chance of actually winning a fight. So I don't know where Amumu is. He's coming, but a little bit overkill on the enemy team with the ultimate of what's in Pantheon. And oh, come on, you thought he would get this guy, but it seems that he isn't. Oh, Cassiopeia is slow as well. I didn't know that. I assumed. Well, yeah, and in the late game she's probably going to crawl back up with the minion kills. Yeah, she's now at 111, so she's still about 50 behind this guy. And yeah, we can clearly see why he has so much good items. And Cassiopeia probably has some nice items as well. Yeah. Only she's not using her Elixir of Brilliance, which really could help. And then she dies. So they can now see that most of the enemies are still here, and they can safely do Baron. And there we go. So the enemy has a lot of trouble just clearing out the minions, especially, well, with the super minions around, and they have to be in their base or near their base for most of the game, or most of the waves, unless they clear it out. But yeah, that's why you can then safely Baron if you have an eye on where your opponents are. I think it should have gone here. Just push this turret. Then again, Ryze might have been able to do that, because there's no way they're going to help these guys. They're going to come in way too late. And yeah, if somebody does that, then sure, kill them. But you shouldn't expect people to do that. Okay, he's going to die here, I think. If they commit, they don't commit. Oh, they see a less tanky character there, so of course they go for that. Running away with the tears on, excellent, because it does a lot of damage over time, especially to the champions with high life totals. So like this Garen. Garen takes a lot of damage from that what's it called? Despair. I should know that. And yeah, especially with the Baron buff. And he's just going to chase down this Pantheon, and Pantheon is going to die here. Yeah, there's nothing he can do. Yeah, there's nothing he can do against Amumu if he's that low. Well played. So they take out another turret here, and they're probably going to get some more kills. We still have Guardian Angel up here, so no problems. Oh, he gets another kill, so he's actually 7 and 2 by now. But, well, the kills on Amumu only are here because, well, it's very late game and the enemy should have surrendered a long time ago. He did a very good job of not getting kills early on, giving the kills to people who can actually carry them, and just taking some assists. So I hope you enjoyed. Wasn't a very good game because the enemy didn't surrender in time, but it was still a decent game in seeing how Amumu works, how to play him, how to jungle with him. And if you have something like this, some game where you say, well, I went 10 and 0 and I'd like you to cast it, send it to me at casualprogamer@hotmail.com, and I'll cast it. So if you have something for me, let me know and we'll see. So, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. GG.